Welcome to the Brownload. Before we go any further, this week's episode is sponsored by our friends at Kingfisher Beer. Hey! Thank you, Kingfisher. And the reason why we didn't just want to tie in with anyone, the reason why we've tied in with these guys is because we figured the Brownload is kind of like that kind of podcast that just takes you away from life. And the amount of people that we meet, they just kind of go, oh, you know what? I can sort of forget my worries. I go on my walks, I go on my jogs, I go on my runs, I'm on the workout, whatever it is that you might be doing, doing your ironing. And this just takes you away. And that's kind of what Kingfisher Beer want their beer to be all about. It's the beer to step out of life and savor those everyday moments. And there's a lot to be said for that. We all talk about being in the now, be in the now, enjoy the now, and having a beer, chilling out, chatting with your mates. That's what.
I feel like having one now.
Yeah, well, it's right there, bruv. If you want it, it's a nice crisp one. And I've got some frosted glasses in the freezer as well.
Hello.
So if you do want one in a frosted glass, that's there. So do take a little moment out, enjoy the podcast, and take a little moment out, even on a nice sunny hot day. Grab yourself a Kingfisher and enjoy the tantalising satisfaction of a crisp cold beer. Nothing beats that feeling when it hits the back of your throat.
Beauty.
And I do like my frosted glasses as well. I'm going to keep that in there. And guess what, Brownload listeners? Thanks to the good people at Wanderlust Drinks, that's spelled Wanderlust, Wanderlust Drinks Company, you can now get 15% off your first order. 15%. So even Sach is getting into it and he don't drink.
Coming out of
even I'm in. But no, for your dad, whoever, Sach, have a little cold beer for him. Next time your brother comes from Dubai, you can say, listen, cold beer for you, mate. Does he drink?
He does.
Oh, okay. Good lad. One of the Sachin family does. Or two with dad. So you can order your first Kingfisher beer at wanderlustdrinkscompany.com and use the code Brownload at the checkout. So if you're in the mood of just chilling out, cutting away from it all, remember the message from Kingfisher and us is take a moment out, look up and see the beauty. Or in this case, look up, stop and listen to the beauty that is the Brownload.
Hey.
Let's get rolling.
So, how's it going, everyone?
It's going. Well, are we doing the truth? Should we talk about what's just happened, or are we just glazing over that?
No, let's talk about what's just happened. Yeah.
Okay.
My God.
Time now, 9:30. This is the latest I think we've ever started the podcast.
This is.
And you are at work tomorrow.
Up early, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, because obviously Kedge is doing all social media for breakfast shows on Virgin Radio. Are you up tomorrow morning, Sach?
I am. I've got so much that I'll head off to Dubai this week, so I've got. It's just so much happening before we.
It's all happening.
Is it like McDonald's coffees? Like when you get 5 trips to Dubai, do you get your 6th one free? Because I swear you're there every other week.
I wish it was, but it definitely ain't.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think this time when you land, I think you get the full jalabia and the outfit and everything. You get the headgear and it all. I think you become part of a citizen now.
I don't think so. They do know me there though. Actually,
do they?
Yeah, they do. They do. They got the guy. Whenever I'm at the immigration thing. Welcome back.
Albin Sheikh Sachi.
He's just like, nice to have you back.
I would love there to be one guy that goes, by the way, you didn't play my tune last time I came to the club.
Yeah, exactly.
I came up to you and you go like, mate.
Imagine if it's the immigration officer.
There was one guy actually, I never forget. For some reason, I always go through the gate, the smart gates thing.
Oh, yeah.
But then it took me through because it wasn't going through, it wasn't scanning that time. So I met this one guy twice and he goes, I remember you because of your surname.
Oh, yeah?
He goes, I remember your surname.
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
I was like, that is so random.
So he knows, Sachin Chakrabarti, he knows that. he knows your full name.
There's only one.
I tell you what, it's been a day and a half, so I've only just sort of stopped. I've been up and on the go since 7 a.m. this morning.
Right.
And I've only now just come home for the first time. I ain't seen my kids all day.
No. Have you had dinner?
No, I had lunch at 3 o'clock, which is a late one because I was in meetings. I'll tell you what happened. So people who know me, and you guys know, I do property stuff as well.
Yeah.
So there's 2 types of property jobs I do. I do development stuff for properties, and I do maintenance, kind of like refurbing properties.
Yeah.
So in the evening, I was doing refurb stuff, no problem. But today, I went out to the property that we've got, me and my cousin have bought in Canterbury, bought a year ago.
It's like you're doing Monopoly, but in real life.
Yeah, well, yeah, except it's not Mayfair, Park Lane.
It's not.
No, but sometimes it's a trek, isn't it, to get to like Leicester Square or something, Piccadilly Circus, and you're still at Old Ken Road.
Mate, this is a trek and a schlep and a half. So I needed to hire a van today because I had to do a load of van stuff. I don't know what to call it.
Can I just say, Tommy driving a van is an image, though, isn't it?
I think it's one of the funniest things I've seen.
It's just hilarious.
Well, okay, can I just say...
Everyone who's listening to the podcast, I bet you right now, try and imagine Tommy driving a long van. You just can't. Just can't imagine Tommy driving.
And all through London, all through Blackwall tunnels and Rotherhives and London Tower Bridges and all that. So it's been mad. But when I was out in Canterbury, actually, I'll share this story with you. It's not really a hilarious story, but Stamasha is action. Got to the property, broken in. Not only had we been broken in, every door Every window ripped, smashed. The property is completely empty. It's like an old manor house. Derelict, right? And it has been empty for a couple of years when we bought it. And the idea is to put in planning permission to make some houses, right? Or flats or anything. I'll take tents. I'll take anything right now. Right? It's a lot of work, a lot of planning, a lot of different people to talk to. But I do love it because it's just a talking game, right?
Yeah. Right.
So got there, everything smashed up. They're nicking wires for the copper, because copper you can sell.
Yeah, it's worth money.
They want pipes and wires. So they've smashed through the ceilings, the walls, the doors, the divider, right? But again, call the police. 101. Is it one? I couldn't remember, by the way, in that moment. Yeah. I did 111 first, and it went, thank you for calling NHS. I went, no, that's not it.
Wrong one. Wrong one.
Okay, done again. And by the way, even 101, because it's not an emergency. I'm not there with the burglar. I don't know if they're in the place because it's quite a big place. Right. And then I basically ring them and they're going, all calls are monitored. And then it's going, did you know you can do this on the website? I'm like, yeah. Did you know you can also, and I had barely enough signal to make the phone call, let alone, go online, make the phone, go online. So anyway, that happens. And I'm meeting the consultant for the property project and the architect and the guy who owns the land next door. Coincidentally, first time I met him because we might do something together. So he comes over and I go, look, we've been broken into. Sorry, give me a minute. And he went, look, should we just meet at my house then? It's only a mile away. I went, all right. I went, give me a minute to take some pictures. In that time, he went to his property gates and he went, hang on a minute. And I don't know this. This happened while I wasn't in the 2 minutes I wasn't there. Yeah. There's a lock on the gates.
Yeah.
Right. And he goes, that's not my lock. Someone else put a lock on it. Then his colleague goes, yeah. And I went in earlier. There's a van in there. And it's not a van. I took a picture of the van, had the plates checked out. Wow. It's taxed and registered, but we don't know whose it is. At that moment, from nowhere, I was inside taking photos of my own damage. Yeah. 2 blokes come running out of his warehouse. Yeah. Go, get back. Open up the gates. Open the gates. Whiz the van out. These 2, slightly more trottles, old men jump out the way, and the van whizzes off down the A road. Then we had to call the police.
And do it.
So that's what.
This is like some sort of serial.
Yeah, bro, it felt like that. And I was like,
Are you sure you went recording something for Star Plus?
Yeah, exactly. This is a proper Hudsa moment.
I mean, thankfully, no one was hurt.
Were you speaking in Hindi?
Yeah. Bago! No, so that was a bit of tamasha for the day. Right. And I was like, wow, I'm not used to that. And then obviously spent the afternoon just talking to the police about and you get into it, you go, what do you reckon this was? How long do you reckon they were there for? And everyone's playing detective. You can see the coppers. They were like, shut up.
Yeah. We'll handle this. We're the experts.
We reckon the same people that broke into mine probably were doing this. They were using theirs as the base. And they're going, okay, all right, mate. Leave that
coming up.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my little bit of drama for the day.
Yeah. Well, I think we should it's only right that we start this off by talking about the podcast festival, isn't it?
Yes. Can we talk about some happy, joyous things?
Yeah, because that was the last podcast that we put out, and it only happened last weekend.
Can I say I loved doing that podcast so much?
It was good fun, wasn't it?
Because it was a live audience, the noise, and what you don't realize.
Rowdy.
Yeah, and people were shouting and chipping in. If you remember,
there was a lot of chipping in.
Yeah, and I think that's because people feel a part of it. Obviously, this is the kind of conversation that if we were having with people around, everyone would be kind of just saying stuff. That's how we are.
Can I just give one piece of feedback though?
Oh, here we go.
It's not for me. It's not for me. It's from someone that was there.
What did they say?
They were just like, well, I was at the live one, so it was a bit gutted that we put that one out on Thursday. And I was just like, well.
Meaning, what do they want then?
They were there on Saturday.
So why do I need to hear this?
Why do I need to hear this again on Thursday?
Oh, good point.
And I was like, well,
but you were the select few who were there. What about all of the hundreds and thousands who weren't there? And they still need to hear it.
Of course, I hear that. So,
well, I got a bit of feedback saying that, as soon as you got to things we learned, there was a bit inside me that went, this is coming to an end.
It whizzed by.
It went by quick.
It always does, a live podcast. So thank you to all the London Podcast Festival people.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who came out, firstly. Round of applause to everyone who came out. Because on a Saturday night, it was a late one, and they didn't have to, and they did to support the crew.
But can I just say, if I can stereotype our listeners based on that 100 people,
they're all brown
alcoholics as well. Everyone, there you go. They can get themselves a Kingfisher beer. They'll be they deserve one. But it was everyone was. It was just that noise. Plus, it was a warm night, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
King's Cross. You're by the kind of the canals and stuff. Yeah. It's a lovely venue. So it was a live one. It was a good buzz, and I'm sure we'll be doing it again.
Thank you to everyone who filmed me gargling and making an absolute prat of myself.
Did people know about that? Because that was a little bit of bonus.
Well, there was a bonus content for the people who were there, but we did. We had tickets to be given away to the big concert that's happening with Kumar Sanu and who else? Abhijit and
Udit Narayan, the legend.
And so big tickets to be won. And so two lucky people were picked out from the crowd.
Yep.
And then
Sam and Krishna, if I remember correctly.
Well, good memory. Yeah. And Sach had to gargle for one for Sam. I had to gargle for Krishna.
So we made them gargle Bollywood songs. And then Krishna and Sam, whoever it was. Who did you have, Sach? You had Sam. Yeah, because it was Sam and Sach and Kedge and Krishna.
That's it.
Yeah, it was almost like a little couple.
That was all,
and it was all picked like randomly. So that is quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Completely. So look, well done to you guys. I think who was it that won in the end?
Krishna.
Oh, you're the gargle.
I'm the gargle champion. Yeah, the reigning champion.
But my gargling was better, I thought. everyone knew my songs. The whole room was shouting it.
I was but
to be fair, the whole room was shouting all of them, and
I suppose
the two people who were trying to win the tickets, they actually didn't have an idea of any of them.
Yeah, you're right, and. I can only put it down to Sam being pretty thick. So there you go. I'm kidding.
She lost her voice as well, Sam.
Yeah, she was like, I've lost my voice. Yeah. Like, oh my God, how's this going to go?
The one person that we picked, crazy.
Yeah, you're right. I think, also the pressure gets to be, it's like when you're at home watching a TV show and you go, oh my God, that's so obvious.
Do you know what I do remember from that night? There was one point, so obviously we were picking people out at random. So we had a bucket with all the tickets. Every H-Army picked up 2 tickets basically out of a bucket that we had, each seat had a ticket number on.
Just very quickly, a lot of people were really surprised that H. Dami was there when you called him out from the back.
Yeah. He popped along because he was in a gig round the corner.
Yeah.
And you got in touch with him.
He's a support.
Thanks for coming down.
And by the way, he wasn't performing until like 2 a.m. Something crazy like that.
He just came to hang, really.
And he was at the podcast at night. If you were doing a gig and you had to be on stage at 2, would you go along to a live podcast 5 hours before?
That was the first time I thought, oh my God, I've made it, because so far all my life, I've only gone to see H. Dami perform. But he came to watch us perform.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
and he was like, Kes, that was hilarious. And he really enjoyed it. I was like, H. Dami is just telling us that he enjoyed our show.
So anyway, we were picking out the numbers, and we said, so 2 people are going to have to come up stage. Everyone in the room just went,
everyone.
They were scared,
nervous.
They were nervous.
And I was just all right to shout from the back. But when they had to come on the stage,
anything.
We're not going to. Yeah, we wouldn't humiliate you.
No, we won't.
And if anything, you guys humiliated yourselves by doing the gargling.
We did. Yes.
And they just had to work out the song, and from that away they go. So thank you, great fun. By the way, feedback I got was too short.
Yeah, too short.
It was over an hour.
They said it went too quickly. And something else someone said which was interesting. They went, it felt like a comedy show.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of laughs. They went, it felt like the whole thing felt like a comedy, because there was a laugh every kind of minute. There was a laugh a minute.
Yeah,
laugh a minute.
It was literally, so... Anyway, good times had by all.
And someone actually messaged me and said, "Do you know what? We'd pay more than that to come and see a show like that."
And they want, and everyone's excited about that, because we also announced. And was that in the podcast? Did you keep that in the cut?
What's that?
The announcement, the special announcement.
Oh no, I haven't. No, it wasn't because that was announced right at the end after the game.
So do we announce that now?
You have to now.
No, we do it later.
Do it later, or do you do it at the end of the podcast?
Yeah, just wait.
Let's do it at the end. Okay.
Obviously, you never tell what you're going to reveal at the beginning. Come on.
Yeah.
I thought you lot were radio people.
It's a bit like foreplay in the bedroom. Don't tell them what you're going to reveal.
Yeah. Anticipation is the best part of it.
But anyway, seeing as we were talking about the podcast.
Most of it, isn't it?
Seeing as we're talking about the podcast, Kedge was giving it the big one that day about how he was going to go out.
Yes.
Ask him, Tommy, if he went out.
Let's go out.
No, you went out. Well, no, you did though, because, sorry, I don't know what happened. So
ask him.
Okay, I will. But this is what I know up until. This is where I left the series of Did Kedge go out?
Yeah, hang on a minute. Seeing as you were there as well, you were going to go out as well.
I was going to go out, and then as soon as it ended, the podcast, I was genuinely... And actually, who was that really lovely girl, influencer? She does makeup, Sim, right? I went, dude, we're just going to nip to the car, drop some of the stuff off. And she went, you're not going to run off, I went, no, we're all going out. We're going out. I ran off. Because I got to Sachin's car, and what was the suggestion? You said...
No, I said, Tommy, Sachin might be going your way if you want him to. Do you want to just jump in?
Do you want to just jump in with him?
And then I've never seen Tommy move so quick.
You look at Sachin's crisp, pristine car. You know it's going to be warm in there. The lovely, cool lighting that he's got in his car on the inside and out. Yeah. And the seat just looked at me and went, Ajab putter.
Yeah.
Like he got in. He didn't even say bye to you.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He just went in straight.
Oh, yeah, go on.
He just went straight in.
I did the guilt goodbye. You go, are you sure? Are you sure it's all right? And you're right. Because I knew you'd agreed to meet H. So then I think they all went to the bar. So I presume you went to the bar and you went out.
No.
He didn't make it.
So I felt so bad.
That's hilarious.
And the thing is, he phoned me and he goes, "Ked, your pint's waiting it." And I thought, "Oh God, he's bought me."
Oh, you didn't even go back to see him in the bar?
No. So I had to. I had to go and just see him in the bar. I had half of the pint, and we had a bit of usual gas. And then I went.
Budget.
And I said, "What time are you on?" And he went 2:00. I went, there's no chance.
Because he said it.
No chance.
He said, I think he goes, I'm on at 1:45. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, at 1:45, I am fast asleep.
No, but also,
I was.
It's because, the thing is, it's because I had to drive, right? So therefore, there was no Dudley action going to be happening, right? And so therefore, I thought, for me, it's like, I'm either all in or I'm not. Yeah. And now, even more so, because I'm thinking, what's the point of doing a half-hearted thing? Go to sleep late, and then your next day you're messed up because I wanted to go for a run, and and then it just takes you out of that sort of zone.
Yeah. So after giving it all of the big one,
it turned out to be a small one.
So
it was a small one.
So that's the same with the reveal. The anticipation, it's all about that.
Yeah.
But I was genuinely a little bit guilty and also a little bit disappointed in myself. Like, what's happened to Tommy Sandy? What's happened to me? The guy that used to go out, used to lead the way on drinks, shots, partying, where we going, guest list, let's go, let's rave, And I'm like, something's changed. Even to the extent that I've just been booked for New Year's Eve, which I don't do, to host a party actually at Leeds Football Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, big rave.
Ellen Road.
Yeah, Ellen Road, right? And I remember thinking, oh man, I don't know, I'm going to laugh because obviously New Year's Eve party is going to go into a 3-4
Yeah, but
AM.
you don't have to probably turn up to 11.
No, he goes, it ends at 1. It's a family event. You can bring your kids along. Why don't you bring your missus and kids
lovely.
as well? I went, oh, lovely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So once I passed 12, that's just the final fit. And it's done at 1. I'm like, brilliant.
I've noticed that the past few New Year's Eves, you know that? What? It just finished at about 1:30.
They do finish earlier now.
I think that's it.
They just do the Big Ben thing at 12 o'clock. So you see the clock.
Yeah.
It's only when I was 18, 19, you'd buy tickets to a rave and you'd get there at 11.
Yeah.
And then you want to be in, and it would be a mad rush to get into the club because there'd be queues outside for midnight.
Yeah. Oh,
get the countdown done and then just get on it.
I remember going to
until
Ambassadors. My God, it was...
Ambassador, where's that?
Where was Ambassadors again? It was I think it's like near Holborn, Tottenham Court Road, something like that. Yeah. Oh my God, the queue to get into that. But also, I've got to say, well done, congratulations to both of you, because this weekend, both of you were doing some great stuff for charity. You told me you walked the marathon. Sach, you walked half a marathon.
I did.
Yep. Round of applause to both of you. Well done. Because that's not, you know what? That's not easy. Because it's such a long time. And there's me thinking, I would have just gone, you know what? Let's just run this.
Right. And
Are you allowed to run it?
Funny you say that.
No, you're not.
My wife, Binny, she wanted to run it. And there was a couple other people going, like, because they got frustrated. People who could run.
Yeah.
And actually, there was somebody running. And someone said, you're not allowed to run. I was like, no one's going to stop you from running.
Well, that's what I wanted to know. Because actually, I thought it would be quite nice to do the marathon at night.
Exactly. And that was quite fun as well, by the way. So, yeah, walking the full marathon all through the streets of London. You start in, like, Battersea and you do a big loop, round.
But it's not the same marathon trail as the
marathon. No, because my wife had done the marathon.
Yeah, you don't go through Greenwich and all that.
No. Okay. You go to sort of east central London and then you
go
back.
literally go up and then all the way into North London and across and then back down.
Yeah, King's Cross, past King's Place where we did the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
And then back round. But anyway, and somebody was running across the lights and one of the stewards went, don't run.
Oh.
Like that. I was like, oh. So, mate, I don't know whether.
So, I don't think you are allowed. I think it's just a walking.
No, I think
only.
maybe because the running thing is because the roads are not completely locked off. So there's a bit of health and safety kind of issue.
Or maybe it's more like,
because at some point you have to get
locked off.
No, you get to light sometimes, and you just got to wait until it's green light.
But
do you know what I mean?
I bumped into, naturally, as you can imagine, a few people that we knew just along the way randomly. We didn't know we were doing it. But there was a couple from the school, Anoop and Sunena, and they are runners. Their parents, right? School parents. Right. So I know they chatted. We were walking together for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then they ran ahead.
Oh, okay.
And then actually, me and my wife went, because the people we were with were walking mediocre pace.
Yeah.
So we went, do you want to go for it? With a brisk walk.
Yeah.
So we picked up the pace with a walk and we caught the runners. We caught up with them. Yeah, so I'm saying... It didn't, turtle in the hair thing, whatever. You can kind of
turtle in the head, what?
Not turtle head. You're so childish. Why do I laugh at turtle head? I'm a 46-year-old man.
That always gets you.
Yeah, maybe that's why you're running. I don't know.
Little poking out. But it took us 8 hours exactly. 8 hours and 30 seconds.
I just don't have the patience.
That's a full day.
Hours.
But towards the last 2 hours, my thighs, my hips, my knees, my shins, the front and back of my shins. You know what? I know you're gonna cuss me out for this, Kedge. Go for it. I didn't train one bit.
Yeah, no, that's why I thought.
You didn't.
I didn't look up the route.
That's why
I didn't kind of look
Yeah,
into. I didn't look at any prep.
Yeah,
Bruv,
there was no
can I
preparation.
tell you something? I didn't even stretch. We came out the tube.
My
We were running a bit late.
My
We walked
God.
in. We only just made our start time, and we just joined the back of the queue and started walking. And I was like, "We're walking. Walking is the warm up." And my calves today is Monday night.
Yeah.
They're on fire.
Are killing.
Yeah, they're on
Yeah,
fire.
I mean, I was pretty nervous for you because I realized you've gone into this with absolutely no prep at all.
Yeah, but it made me realize if I can do that, right?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
8 hours. I swear, for 8 hours. Even if I ran a third of it, and I worked out that would take off about an hour and a bit. I'm like, okay, so you can run it in 7 hours.
Oh, here we go.
6
Let's do
hours.
it. Kedge, take him with you.
Or
Take him with you.
If I train for a year and build, because you just got to build up the impact. That's what it is. I reckon I could do it in 5.5 to 6. I could do it as a
Running.
run. Yeah, as a run stroke walk.
You know what? It's yeah. I'm sure you could.
What
But
did you do it in?
I did in 5 hours too.
Yeah, 5 hours 30, 5
But then-
hours 45. I reckon I could do.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think
I'm nowhere near as quick as you or nimble.
No,
as you.
but it's not about that.
You did 5 hours 32.
No,
He said
5 hours too.
5 hours too. He said he can do it in 5 hours and 30 minutes.
Maybe 5:45.
That's a cuss on you, bro.
No, it's not. No,
Yeah,
it's
it
not.
is.
Half an hour extra. That
is a cuss on
Wait,
you,
put your
kid.
Gadashi away.
No, I don't think it's a
Get
cuss.
on with it.
I think
That's
because
a
I've seen we did a little training run. Do you remember here? Like so, and we it was a good pace. Me and Tommy went
Yeah.
round. It was I won't forget that we had a good little run. But I like I said, it's all in the head, and I'm sure
Yeah.
you experienced that as well. Like you know,
Absolutely.
because the thing is, you're on your own. Like you know, you don't have this chatting nonsense happening right with other people.
Exactly.
And
And if
so
I was
therefore,
running, I can't
it's
chat.
more about your own demons.
And that's
that
the
you
thing.
got
Do you know what? This time, so last year there was 3 of us that did it.
Yeah.
This time there's probably about 12 of us.
Right.
And do you know what? At times I kind of got a bit like, I don't want to wait up for because people like when they get to a pit stop and then they want to go for a wee or something like that. I'm just like, I just want to crack on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and one of my mates, we just went for it.
But-
and then at the end of it, everyone was just like that 12 just split up into like 3, 4. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was just
into
in
little
little.
groups.
But I was a little bit jealous because when I
subgroups.
rung Sach
Yeah.
in the background, I heard like, ha, laughing.
Yeah, we were having
Yeah.
a
You
laugh.
know, like I felt like the wife at home or the husband at home ringing the other, going, "Oh, what's everyone laughing at?" You go, "Oh no, I'm just here with the boys. It's just jokes. Yeah, some of them are gone into the pub for a drink." And I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
Just-
Like, Can you do that? And I
Of course you can.
I kept toying around with the idea. I thought maybe for the last couple of hours I'll have a couple of tequilas.
Yeah.
Just to come from a pub or bar, and that's everything because you're running at night. Everyone's smashed walking around the
Yeah.
streets of London,
Yeah.
and you got drunk people going, "Go on, mate, well done,
I think we were
mate,
on
well
we were on
done."
the Strand and literally the lights were taking so long. The boys went in and they just had a drink and came back out and that was
brilliant.
it. And just carried on
Brilliant.
walking.
So now that you've done, because Sach, you've done the half twice now. So surely,
I've done the half.
So
And I've got to
surely
say, do you know
now
what?
you can walk the marathon next
I've got to say, there's progress because last year I was in pain for about
Right.
2 days after.
This time, not so much.
I woke up and I was fresh. I was like,
So the
okay, that's
marathon
good.
walk-
Apart from my foot a bit hurting, like sort of like because that's only because I think my do you know like the sock just kind of
Yeah.
folded and then
Folded, yeah.
kind of had like a bit of a blister kind of.
All right,
thing.
but enough of the excuses. Marathon next, the walk.
I don't think I can do it.
Yes, you
But
can,
bro,
Sach.
I'll be honest. I'll do it with you if you're happy to walk. If we commit to saying we'll only run 20% of it, and if we won't run more than
No, you
that,
don't have to
fine.
run it. Just do the
Well,
night
there's no
walk.
way I could run 20% of it.
in 2% increments. Like you probably could.
No,
I
but
don't know.
why don't you? I think Sach, you can walk it.
I don't know. I don't think I can.
Well-
someone else asked me that actually when I finished it this time, and they were just like, "Oh, can you do the thing?" And I was like, "I don't think I'm ready."
Sach, you know
9
what?
hours
You're
or
nervous,
8 hours.
and that's where you got to push yourself and
But
take it to the next
I
level.
just
mate.
want to say because does everybody? Yeah, it was a cancer research.
It was a
one,
cancer
right?
research,
yeah.
yeah.
And obviously I tweeted. What's the word?
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they replied, and my wife
Yeah.
was
I got a
jealous. She
reply as
goes,
well.
"They didn't reply to me."
I got a reply as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. I
Yeah,
think because
yeah.
of big deals. And
They replied to me from the marathon. Yeah.
And they were like, well done, keep smiling. And then
Yeah.
the other thing that makes it very real about cancer research is on the back of everyone, they got who they're running for.
Yes, yeah.
Now, fortunately, I've not lost anyone to cancer. No, I'm close like that.
Yeah.
So when you see running for dad, Uncle Mick,
Yeah,
auntie
brother.
this, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my, and bruv, you see pictures of kids,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, and when you're on your own and you're a bit emotional and you're like running and walking or whatever, you're walking and you're tired, you're like, you can't even think about it. So it's nice to do it for a worthy cause, and thank you to those that sponsored.
Just
Appreciate it.
another observation about the walk. I think I'd say about 50% of the walkers, Tommy, were brown.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Did you notice how many brown people
A lot
were
of people walking that are Desi.
Oh, so when I got to the end,
Yeah.
like, we got there about 1:15, and it was heaving. Loads of people finishing
Yeah.
like their half marathon and the 10K, and I think half the sort of exhibition room was just brown.
Just like a Miller.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like a Miller.
No, I didn't see that many brown people. I saw a group of brown people that work at Colours TV. Right. So I was like, hey, and they're like, hey. So we had a little moment with them. And then the only other two brown people I saw were they were doing the walk, but they were taking a picture of themselves outside the Imperial College.
Oh.
Because they want to take a picture of the Imperial Imperial College
maybe they were less
is the
doing
brown
the full,
people's
maybe
ultimate.
they were less doing the full marathon, but a lot doing the 10K and the half.
Yeah,
it was just full of brown people. And I thought, do you know what? This is actually quite nice. I mean, it felt like, we could have just done this walk in Wembley or something.
Well, pre-lockdown, we wanted to do a 10K with the British Heart Foundation, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we were trying to line that, and we nearly did. So never know, we might do that back because that was at Blenheim Palace. So yeah, great to do. And I sometimes think, holy crap, we did 26.2 miles.
That is mammoth.
26.2. I kept saying, I was like, but it feels like a bit of a blur. And actually, a bit of a chit-chat.
It is a bit of a blur,
Yeah. And I took a pack of celebrations with me. I tell you what, Snickers.
Smashed them all.
Snickers, Maltesers were like, you go, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
Because you can obviously walk.
Do you know what? No, last year I did that and I took like those kind of snacks, like chocolates and crisps. This year I didn't and I felt so much better.
Yeah, I bet, because I
shouldn't have done that. And then all my mates that came, they were doing that. So even in the car on the way up, my mate had 2 chocolate bars.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, some people.
And then he felt like rubbish, like an hour in. Do you know what I mean? He's just like, I'm feeling
if you did it, you can message us. If you've got one coming up, message us. We'll pick you up for it.
A lot of people were Brownload listeners did do it.
So speaking of sort of food, and it feels like it's been such a long time since we've actually done a podcast, because obviously last week was the live one. So it's kind of like 2 weeks worth of stuff to catch up on. So last weekend. Yeah. Was it? No, not the weekend just gone. The weekend before that, I did a wedding. I think I saw one of the funniest things, and I thought, do you know what? I wish someone can just log into me and just see what I'm seeing, because
that's the future.
I think people would subscribe to my channel because I see some crazy. I see some crazy stuff in the middle of the night.
Yeah, when you got the Apple Vision Pro, those glasses, we can all
and you can just watch what I'm doing. So anyway, I was at a wedding and guests were coming in. Drinks reception happening, people were drinking, and they were going around serving Bani puri shots. Right. So like a little shot glass with the puri on top.
Yeah.
Loads of guests coming in.
You've seen that before?
Seen that before? Yeah, of course I have. But the guy went over, like the waiter went over to like this white person in an Asian wedding, obviously, and the white guy was like, "Oh, I'll grab one, and I'll grab one for my wife."
Yeah.
What does he do?
He does it as a shot.
No, he puts the bunny into the puri, both of them, and then grabs them in his hand. And I was just like, no, don't do this, don't do it. And I was behind the DJ booth, and he was over there. I was just trying to like, don't do this, bruv. Yeah. And the waiter wasn't saying anything to him. I was like, bruv, tell him, innit?
He's not going to last.
So anyway, he's got him in his hand. So then he puts one down on this tissue, because he's waiting for his wife, and he holds the other one.
So he obviously knew that he had to put the bunny in there.
Yeah, he knew that.
Yeah, he done that.
Then what?
He bit into it and all the bunny went flying down.
Oh my God.
What was he thinking? But that guy just doesn't know science.
But
if he doesn't know, he doesn't know.
No, but bruv, you just filled something with water. You filled a crisp with water. What do you think? I'm going to bite into it and the water's going to stay inside.
No, but I think that the waiter should have said to him, this is how you bang it, bruv.
No, but then if the waiter had said, do you know what you're doing with this bunny? But not a lot of people. That's going to look out of order.
No, but you don't say, do you know what you're doing? You just say to him, pour it in and in one go.
Yeah, but you can't assume with anything that someone doesn't know what they're doing. Because if he went, I'll take one for myself and one for my missus, I'll be like, oh, great. He knows that his missus likes him or whoever he was getting it for. So I would say no.
But the minute he starts pouring it in front of me, I'll be like,
I think I'm with Tommy on this one, because actually he's taken it, right? So, I mean,
excitedly.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out if you put some Barney in a puri and then you bite it, what's going to happen?
No, I don't know. Give him a bit of a break. I don't think he knows. He would have, no, you don't know. He might have thought you put it in and then it sort of just, stays in there. Like, because if he's never experienced...
the laws of science are just defied.
No, but it might be like, the water goes in there and then it might, jellyfy or something. I don't know. He's never had it in his life. Come on, he's never had it in his life.
Yeah. Well, obviously he's never had it.
We don't know. You don't know what's going to happen.
That's just amateur. But
what? Hang on. What sort of English food is the closest to?
Okay, it's not the same, but like mussels, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
know that a mate of mine, when he was 17,
Kedge, how would you eat that?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have a clue, mate.
But like, they all got the mussels, and they, all these young lads who are in a fancy restaurant for the first time, mussels come out, and they're all eating them, and they can hear like that. and they look round, and one of the guys is just biting into the shell.
Love it.
And they go, "We," and they to this day rip him about it. But you got to crack it open.
No, I've seen it.
You pour the sauce, pour a bit of Tabasco, whatever it is on there, and all that. I hate it. I can't
slide it. So anyway, the guy, and I felt so sorry for him because the bunny went down his suit. He was wearing a nice suit, down his tie, down his white shirt,
my God.
and he just went to the toilet, and the other one just disintegrated on the table.
In fairness, though, I will say this: big him up for if he didn't know what it was.
He didn't know what it was.
Just
well, at least he knew he had to pour it in.
Yeah.
At least he knew that.
But the fact that he tried
the geezer said to pour it in, but he didn't direct him to say, "Now put it in your mouth."
I think a lot of people would be nervous to stick the whole thing in your gob.
Yeah,
I think that's
balls. It takes balls.
A lot of people can't. Even Desi's. I've seen many of Desi's who try and do a little bite. Or
you
something
can't
like that.
bite a bunny, buddy.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah, it's open up. But if I went to, let's just say, a foreign wedding, I can't think what. I don't.
You went to a Polish one, didn't you, recently?
Yeah, but if there was something that's served up, I'll be like, and a brown liquid water that looks like pond water. Let's face it, right? We know it's delicious, and a ball on top. I'll be like, I'm all right, thanks. I'm all right. I'm all right for what looks like I'm going to get diarrhea from that.
Probably.
Don't worry about it.
Well, then you could say that about most of our food then.
Yeah. No,
if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, I do. I've always thought about sarg. I thought if you just landed from another country and you looked at sarg, you were like, what?
That's going to give me the shit.
Baby food.
Yeah, green. And I'm like, no. And even, I don't know if I hope this doesn't offend him, but like prashad, you get the godvara, like, it's a gooey, smushy thing, but we loved it all our life. We don't know any other way.
You know, if you saw dogra on the table, youuld start cleaning the floor or something with it.
Is it like got a little green scratch pad on the other side?
Where's the scratchy bit?
They should so do that. You know, like, is it cake? Have you ever watched that?
Oh yeah.
Is it dokla? It should be a thing.
You could do that.
Like, you're like, no, it's a sponge.
Oh my god, Netflix, get on that. but so you're talking about someone who didn't know what to do. I bumped into somebody today as well, but except for they actually really wound me up. So it was in the canteen at work.
They wound you up.
Yeah, they wound me up.
First.
They wound me up massively.
Well done, that person.
Usually it's the other way around.
We were in the canteen, right, at work. Okay. And so I went down to get a bit of breakfast. So I just get a toast, right? So obviously, you know how it is. Like they have like one sort of like in the hotels. They have
the conveyor belt.
The conveyor belt.
Oh yeah, travelator.
Right, they got a selection of bread there. So what you do, you put your toast in, then you move
to
the side.
What bread do you go for?
The one it's what do you call it?
It's white or brown?
No, it's brown, but it's that whole milk. Like no, it's the one with seeds and everything.
Oh, I love seeded
granary.
Granary, that's the
one. Love it.
So there was
granary chicken sandwich.
Normally there isn't a queue. Today there was two gents who were there who had already put their toast in the thing and were waiting.
Do they go side by side, or you mean there's one in front of another one? Because that's important, I think.
What do you mean?
Like, do the two slices? Is it?
There was one on top of the other like that. So they were both going like behind.
One behind, one behind. Traffic
cars. Traffic, yeah. And then they'd done the right thing. They'd moved over to the side, so then the next person can put their toast in, right? So normally I'm quite blasé about it, and I just go in, grab it, whack it in, because I ain't got time. Do you know what I mean?
No,
so I'm
you're
just
a busy man, Ken.
Yeah, busy man. Things to do. Do you know what I mean? Right. So I go in normally, but then this time there was a girl in front of me.
Right.
But she was like, as I would describe it, she was standing in slightly no man's land because she wasn't close enough to the bread selection. Right. She wasn't close enough to the toaster, but she was there between me and the other two men who were on the other side.
As if she was deciding what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
A little bit. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I gave her all of probably 4 seconds to go, what's she doing here?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's quite early. It's quite early in the morning, by the way.
Obviously
it's a toast.
It's about 9.
Oh, okay, right.
9 o'clock.
After breakfast.
Yeah, So it's about 9 o'clock. And I
was wondering if she was half asleep. That's what I was going to get into.
Well, she probably was. And then 4 seconds, nothing, no movement. And I'm like, right. So by now I could have got the bit of bread, and I could have.
Sorry, I can also imagine Kedge going 1, 2, 3. No, okay, that's it. I got to say something.
Yeah.
I got to say something.
So, and I don't, you know me, I don't normally. So I said to her, I went, "Excuse me, are you waiting to put a toast in, or are you in the queue?"
You know, you did.
And she was like, her words were, she said to me, I don't have the energy right now to get involved in this, so I'm just waiting. What does that mean?
That doesn't mean anything.
Waiting for it's Monday morning, darling. You don't have the energy to get involved in what?
He's so patronising.
Pick the bread up and stick it in a toaster and move along. What do you mean? You've just it's been a few hours in the day, and you're still sitting there contemplating and going, I don't have the energy to get involved in this. Involved in what?
Putting the toast in the toaster.
Whether you want a toast or not, get involved. And then I said, no. I went to her, no. Just grab something. Put it in the toaster. Get involved, darling. Let's just go. Let's keep going.
Stop saying darling.
No,
like you're a
because it just
builder.
annoyed me. It just absolutely annoyed me
Yeah.
that there's people got things to do, and she's just standing there having a bit of a daydream about. I don't think I've got the energy to get involved in this today.
Yeah, but that
You're
that
right,
means
you're
something.
right.
She's having a
Dumb
bad
thing
day, and she's just like, but it still doesn't make sense.
What is that?
That don't make sense. No.
It's
What is
because you
that?
want to go. Oh, you can say I don't have the energy to make a decision as to what bread I want.
No, but you're standing there, so
or,
therefore you
I'm
made
sorry,
the
I don't have any
decision
energy
to stand
today.
there.
I can't even think. What am I doing? Yeah, you're right. I'm really sorry. That's what I go. I'm sorry. I'm pottering. Like sometimes when I'm in the shopping aisles and I'm looking at something and I'm going, and I'm realised. I just realised that whole time I've been blocking someone from trying to get. I went
doing their
I said, I'm
business,
so
yeah.
sorry. I
What do you think?
said I ain't got a clue where I
If
am.
you're in London,
Yeah.
you don't have time for that. You got
shouldn't be putting
You
around.
got to be. You got.
So anyway, what did she do? What did you do?
So
Did
I
you
said to
make
her,
a decision
I
for
said,
her?
go get involved, pick something, let's go.
Yeah.
And so I think I forced her to pick something and put it in the toaster. And then even then, her toast
weren't
came out
interested.
quicker than mine.
Yeah.
I'd already got to the buttering area and the peanut butter area. I was bish bash bosh bang, and I was gone. I paid for it.
Well, she was still messing around.
standing there, just sort of gormlessly, just looking into space. And I was just like, I mean, she's obviously got a brilliant job where you know what I mean, like time's not money for her.
Yeah, exactly. She can just chill. She's like, well,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Monday morning.
But
I might just have this for lunch.
I
Just
like,
waiting.
it's Monday morning. If you're not in the zone, if you're not in the lane on Monday
you should be
morning,
in the zone.
then where are you going to be by Thursday?
I had a theory quite a few years ago. This theory was developed pretty much, I'd say, as far back as 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When I first got frustrated with slow people, right? And
That's me.
right? And my theory is, at 18, you should do a test. You can do it. You can pay for it and do it every year if you want, and it will verify you as either red, yellow, or green person.
Right.
So you're either a fast person, mediocre person, or a slow person. And you can choose. You can say, listen, I want to be known as a green, as a slow. I don't want to be known,
green,
or
slow.
red, or whichever way around
Yeah,
it is, right?
yeah, right.
Because then, at least then, if I meet you and I see you got a green wristband on this, I go, oh, okay, he doesn't need me to speak 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He wants me to go a little bit slower for him. Like, and he's self-identified because at the same time, because I'll go in, like the people I work with, you two, my mate, Amateur, who I work with,
Yeah.
you know, I can go, guys, this is what's going on, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
I need you to do that, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you'll fill in the gap.
Yeah.
Whereas you get someone go, I don't really know.
Yeah, I
you
can't be dealing with
know,
that.
and you know that, and you go, no, you know what?
You're coming
you
to
go,
work.
It's fine.
If you're coming to work
Yeah.
and you're not on a
You
rolling
know what I'm
start-
talking about as well when I do that impression. I'm talking about people that we've worked with.
I
in the
know,
past.
I know.
Yeah.
No, but it's
Oh,
like Daytona.
is it?
It's like, gentlemen,
Okay.
start your engine. That's it. It's a rolling start. If you're getting to work and you haven't figured out, which way you're facing, then God help you.
But then,
Sometimes I do feel like going at a slower pace, though.
right.
But then there's a time and place for that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Time
saying
and
that
pace.
it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's a workplace. People have got things to do.
Yeah, in the workplace, you've got to be moving at
You can-
whatever. You need to be. If you're on the
Active.
motorway, you need to be at 70.
Yeah, but you could argue at the toaster in the canteen, you don't need to be at that.
No,
level.
but you don't need to be standing there doing
Doing
nothing.
No,
nothing.
I agree. It's like when
Make
I,
a decision.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
make
I
a decision.
when I queue up at KFC, which is 3 times a week, and there's people in front of me in the line.
They don't know what they want.
I know they're there. They're in the line. We're all in the line. I'm looking up at the board. I'm going deals, whatever. I'm going on the app. I'm checking out what offers I've got on. Looking at my points. There's all that kind of stuff. Then I've done it. So I've got my order down in those 4 minutes. I'm queuing up.
Oh, yeah.
They've
Yeah.
queued up for 4 minutes. They get to the front. They go, so what comes in that meal? And I'm like, oh, you joking?
veggie burgers.
Have you never been here before? You know,
that
and
same
so-
thing. And so that obviously didn't bring me joy today. But in the papers today, apparently adults enjoy 7 joyful moments each every day. And that's from the simplest things in life.
Would you, so adults in general have, like, you know, when they say, men think about sex 48 times a day.
Yeah.
So are these
by
7
the way,
joyful
by the way,
moments?
have you heard that thing about men think about the Roman Empire? Have you heard about this? It's a big trend.
What?
How many times do you think about the Roman Empire on a daily basis?
No, I don't think about the Roman Empire on a yearly basis.
See, I think this is because this is the thing. It's a big thing.
I think
look
I
it
do.
up.
No,
Look
I
it
think-
up.
do you know what?
Apparently, loads of men. Like, so this woman asked her boyfriend, "How many times do you think about the Roman Empire on a daily basis?" And he was like, "About 7." I'm like,
What?
But I think it's Desi's. I don't think it's related to it. I don't think this game works with Desi's.
But are you saying that because Roman Empire is linked to the history of, like, English white people?
I don't know,
And
but
therefore-
I'm like, when did I
Like, how many times do you think
someone
about
asked
Modi?
me at work.
How many times do you think about Modi?
Yeah, all the time. But so they asked me at work, and I went, "What, aqueducts? Maybe.
What?
If I pass through this certain bridge, when I'm going towards Finchley.
Yeah. Like the Romans.
But actually, how many times? I don't know. I don't really think about the Roman Empire.
No.
Do you think about the legion? The formation of how they used to fight with the shields, the turtle position it was called. Do you think about that?
Back to turtles again.
It's a thing.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but it's a massive. I'm surprised you haven't even heard of it.
No.
Look it up.
No.
Apparently,
It shows how many times me and Tommy think about it in a day.
Can I be honest? I wouldn't even know what to think about the Roman
About the
Empire.
same here. Do you know what? I've
Did you guys go to school?
I have been thinking about it a lot recently. I'm going to Rome in a couple of weeks.
There you go.
So that might trigger it.
Maybe it might.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
back.
what this is going back to is that adults enjoy 7 joyful moments a day. So this is what it is. So like slipping into clean sheets into your bed, or
nice.
that's
a good night's sleep.
Oh, okay.
64% of people who questioned said they're actually happier now than they are 3 years ago because when it was lockdown, they started appreciating the small things in life.
Yes.
And so it could be things like
Your underwear. There's small things in life.
the small things in life.
I said underwear and I didn't go crude. I didn't say what's inside it.
Well,
See?
yeah, because
I know
small,
you
medium,
like
large,
the,
small,
you like,
medium, large.
you like the tighty whities.
I thought you were taking me back to that chat we were having about the box and stuff like that.
Yeah.
at the podcast.
Yeah.
But things like like ticking
Matchstick
something off
box.
your to-do list. People get joyous feelings out of that. Eating your favorite pudding, getting an unexpected text from an old friend, or
That doesn't bring me joy. I'm like, oh.
So what's been your joys today? I think we should share the joys.
I got broken into. That was joyous.
What's been your joy? I tell you what, one of my joys was that I made popcorn over the weekend at home, and then there was a little bit left over, so I put it into a little sandwich bag, and I took it in to work. And then on the way home on the train, I opened it up, and it's the one with turmeric one.
You've made smelly popcorn. Took on
Where
the
did
train.
you get that?
What?
You made it at home.
I made it.
Oh, because I saw in a desi shop like popcorn kernels, flavour like there was like masala ones.
Oh
and
no!
stuff.
I just get plain popcorn kernels, pop them, put a bit of a turmeric on it, like while it's popping.
Just haldi.
Oh, it's banging. And
Just
salt.
haldi.
And then salt.
That
And
feels
salt.
a bit like
No.
powdery.
No.
in my mouth.
And then I had it on the
Bruv.
way home, and it was a beautiful.
He stunk
joyful
at the
moment.
train. He stunk.
Yeah,
His
well, it
breath
was good
stinks.
because no one sat next to me. Another joyful
Disgusting.
moment.
Oh, yeah.
Disgusting, man.
And that meant I could take my shoes off and I could just chill on the train.
Oh, God,
Third
shoes
joyful.
off. Haldi out.
Why would you take your shoes off on the train?
It's been a long day at work,
Easy.
If
There you go.
you-
That's
dirty,
3 joyful
cheesy.
moments.
If you, Kedge, weren't you would have annoyed you in that moment.
Yeah, definitely.
If you were
number one, you should not be taking your shoes off on the train.
Oh, can you imagine?
That is a big.
If
Yeah,
Kedge was sat on the
hygiene
train
situation.
and some skinny little Gujarati guy comes on, takes his shoes off, pulls out his haldi popcorn and starts eating it, and probably sitting cross-legged on the chair as well.
I'd report
Oh,
it.
well, I wanted to.
You would go, oh my god, so typical. These desis, so embarrassing. You would, you'd be totally cringing at it.
So there's look at that. 3 joyful moments just like that. Even
It's funny
without-
that because today, now that you said that, thinking about it, the one thing that I did this morning was when I buttered my toast, I caught it when it was hot because I don't like it when it's.
Oh, you
Oh,
got to
yeah. I'm
And
with you on that.
sometimes it just happens because you're busy in the morning. You've put the toast in, you're doing a million other things, and then it's just like, well, you've got.
That
to eat,
reminds
you've got to
me,
eat.
the other joyful moment was when I was buttering my toast.
Yeah.
I took just enough butter to completely cover it in
In
one
one
go.
Lovely.
That's
You
joy.
didn't need to go back. Yeah,
I
good
didn't have to
form.
go double
But
dip.
then again, I do like fresh bed sheets. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Well, there
Everyone
must
likes
have been
that.
some joyful moment today. Come
I'll
on.
be honest. I've been in a van since 7:30 this
Come on, there
morning.
must have been something.
Something that brought you joy today. Come on, Tommy.
Um,
Even if it was seeing us.
He's struggling. He's struggling.
there's none of the. I tell you what, though,
Yeah.
when at the end of today,
Yeah.
when I get into my crisp sheets,
Yeah.
that will be lovely.
Yeah.
that will feel nice. And after a day that like I've had today, so I tell you what, my joyful moment is yet to happen. I will say this. I tell you what, if does food count?
Yeah, food, of course.
Yeah.
That's what
You
I
know,
mean.
you know, I'm a sucker for chili cheese bites from Burger King.
Yeah.
I had some of those
There you
today.
go.
Oh, there you go.
And
See,
that was
made you happy.
you know, obviously the breaking happened. I'd left the site. I was on the motorway, and I was like, I'm pulling in, and someone was calling me, and I thought, let me take the call properly. So I pulled over, got my chili cheese bites, and had a little chat. And that was and 9 chili cheese bites. I'll be honest, didn't even touch the sides.
Is that what you got? That's not like you.
What it was? I think it's 3, 6, 9,
Yeah, 369.
or 20.
No, but didn't you get
That's too
like
much
a
of a
little?
jump.
Whopper on the side or something?
No, I didn't because I had a Greg's on the way there, so I felt like I'd already had my.
Was it the Bargy baguette?
No, I didn't. And by the way, that's never there. I've had a look for that. I've had a look because they've got the spicy chicken baguette, they've got the spicy Mexican one. But
maybe they're all being sold out.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I've got feedback from someone who I know, and he goes, every time I go there, no one buys them. Like they're just all sitting there.
Oh, there you go. See, it's too funky. It's too freaky.
So I had that. So I had the news story about the joyous moments, and I've got another bit of research that I'm bringing to the Brownload this week, and that is about how research shows that people don't become adults until they hit the grand old age of 30.
See, I've always thought that. You know,
really?
Okay, let me just quick chip in before you get into the details of the story. When they do a news story and they go, a man of 18 was seen, and I'm like, a man of 18? When I was 18, trust me, I weren't no man. 19, 20, 21. Now it's debatable. We just laughed at Turtlehead poking out, which is, a crude way of saying like a little poo's coming out. I still laugh at the word Uranus. Still, I'm just.
Well, that doesn't define whether you're an adult or not.
There you go. Okay,
it's childish. It's childish humour. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you can still smile and laugh.
I was talking to someone today.
Even farts make you laugh.
Yeah, they do.
It's quite childish.
And the kind of noises.
Oh, of course.
And I talked to someone today, and I said to him, actually, I think it's really important. And it's actually the consultant, the architect consultant, who's a funny old guy, and he's like, he's quite posh and all, but he does lots of kind of funny little stories and stuff.
Don't tell me you gave him some of your jokes.
No, I said it's so important to stay young and silly. In your mind.
Yeah.
So
playful.
So how does the article define being an adult?
Well, this is what they're saying. It's when you're 18 and everything, that's you're just barely, like you said,
your brain ain't developed.
Just started.
You ain't physically developed.
Yeah. They did a research on about 297 volunteers aged between 14 and 24, and they found that actually at the age of 18, your brain is still forming.
When you're 18, a minute ago you were 15. Even like Milo, who's like 11, who's at school, he's a late developer. Right. There are kids at his age that have got like beards and mustaches and shoulders, and and like he looks like a kid.
I know how he feels.
Yeah, why is that? Because
I'm still developing.
You still haven't developed.
But you're like, and you realize everyone's different. Everyone's there. So I can imagine, and you do get some people that are probably quite adult, like at 18. Like some of the girls that like sit in sixth form. They were just more mature. There was I remember there was one girl.
Girls at the sixth form were just, I felt like they were so much older than me.
Yeah. Like one of them had an art project. I remember she used to go around with like those massive art wallet things.
Oh, I had one of them.
Yeah, A1 sort of size.
Yeah, I had one.
I mean, what's the need for that?
No, because you don't want to crumple your drawings, isn't it? Because you're drawing on.
Man, just fold it up and put it in your backpack.
Yeah, see, that's what me and my immature ways would have done. But everything in there was crisp. I saw her take it out once, put it on the table. She took her time and she's working on it like in little stage. I'm like, that was a mature, sensible approach towards.
Tommy, you still wouldn't do that.
No, bruv. I have a go.
You'd take a van and just chuck in the back.
I've realised I have a go at Milo about all the things that I do. And I told him that. I said, I'm sorry that I pick on all these things.
Just projecting.
But you're doing all the things that I do. Like his homework's all folded in his bag, smashed up at the bottom.
Right.
The diet, the food, the sleep, not going to bed at night, staying awake, kind of being FOMO, and then being tired in the morning. I'm like, that's me.
So would you both say then that around 30, then you kind of, that was it? You think you grew up? Kedge, because I think maybe you were earlier, because I definitely think I was earlier than 30.
Oh, really?
You think you became an adult before 30?
I'll tell you why. Because I remember I was a really naughty kid, like a little kid.
Yeah.
And then maybe when I was about 13, 14, I grew up straight away. And that was it. And I've just always remembered myself being the same since that age.
Was that puberty? Is that because you kind of...
It was about 14, 15. And that was it. I'm just the same.
See, that's so not me.
Nah. You don't think you're grown up?
And
I didn't feel like I'd grown up into an adult at the age of 30 even.
What for you defines grown up? Because like when you think of your parents, when I think of my dad, like my dad's always been rock solid all our life.
Yeah.
He's gone to work.
Yeah.
I don't see him moaning. I don't see him putting off things he's got to do. Well, if you ask me to do something, I'm going to be like, I don't want to do it.
It's a different generation.
I tell you, maybe that's what it was, because I was DJing at 14. And that was like a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe
and
because you're
I
in
was
clubs.
doing that every week.
I'm still looking forward to the new release of FIFA.
Yes, you haven't got time for that.
No, I haven't got time for that. But
no, I'm not saying I don't really care.
No. I mean, I'm not saying I sit on it for hours on end.
You do.
But
you were playing a game in the car when I came here today.
Yeah, but I was waiting for Tommy.
That's my fault.
He was playing a game on his phone. Tommy, who does that? You don't do that. I know you don't.
It's a brilliant little game.
No, I sometimes do, but I get annoyed at those games.
Who has time to play a game?
in waiting rooms
But
and you're
I've
waiting
got
around.
a million messages that I could be getting back to in that time, or
But
emails
no,
or something.
but I don't have messages. I don't have that thing. And rather than
He was like
engaging
playing
in
a racing game. I had to knock on his window to say I'm here because he didn't even
And
acknowledge.
you know what?
He made you lose.
He annoyed me because
Yeah.
I was doing so
Ah,
well.
but I don't care.
And I had to stop, and I pressed the wrong button. I had to open the door. And I thought, annoying.
A man that's 40-something years old is playing a game on his phone.
I know. I know what you
Keep
mean.
it young. Keep it young.
Yeah, you got it. You got to stay.
What were you doing at 30 anyway? Like what?
What was I doing at 30? I'm just trying to think. What was I doing? So what? Yeah, that would have been 2010. So that for me, I joined. I just joined the BBC.
Right.
About a year ago. I think I joined the BBC in 2009.
Right.
So in 2010, I think I was still in Leicester, working in Leicester,
Yeah.
thinking,
You were.
oh my God.
I've hit the big time.
No, that had already happened.
Yeah.
And then I realised, this ain't the big time.
No.
Oh.
my God.
And I
It's
thought,
like-
oh my God, there's a lot of people here who don't know how to do anything.
Yeah. Can I just say, I think that's the thing with big organisations anywhere.
Agree.
Government, politics. Now, as you get older,
Yeah, I don't know what
and
they're
you look
doing.
at politicians, you go, you ain't got a clue.
There you
Yeah.
go, Clue.
Oh, you know, you look at like top execs, and I'm sure it's the same at Amazon or other big companies. I'm not hating on the BBC.
So just to go full circle then on Kedge's story about the BBC, you started when you were 30.
Yeah.
I got sacked when I was 30.
There you go.
Is it really?
Symmetry of life.
That's brilliant.
I turned 30. All of that kicked off in what? July? August? I turned 30 in September.
Happy birthday.
Didn't have a job.
Oh, wow. What yeah, celebration.
Happy birthday.
What did you do? I had dal and water and went to bed. I couldn't afford anything. I had no money coming in.
No, I had a party. Kedge came actually.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Oh, yeah.
No, Kedge came to my birthday
Did
party.
Tommy not come?
Tommy didn't come, no.
No. It was in that little roundabout in that
Little-
place.
yeah.
Why didn't I come? Was I out of order? That's out
Yeah,
of order.
you were out of order.
Yeah. No, Tommy was going through a bit of a... You were going through a tough time. You were going
Because
through
we
a bit of
just...
a tough time.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
we've been sat. Oh,
You
yeah.
were going
that-
for a
oh,
tough
that's
time,
horrible.
and you weren't. Yeah, you
I had
weren't.
a party.
You
So
weren't
Kedge
in the
came.
right place. Yeah, I just went. Whatever.
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
But at 30, I decided I want to get married.
Right.
So maybe that's that maybe is a grow up thing.
Yeah, that's a great adult thing.
And I think I sort of got into property mid to late 20s. So yeah, I think I was growing up from 24, 25, 26 onwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that not any earlier than that. I would easy say if you're 18, you ain't an adult.
When I went to uni, I thought that was it. I was I was grown up.
Oh my God.
I was a grown up. And again, looking back at uni, I was working a lot while I was at uni, DJing all over the country.
Yeah,
I worked.
maybe that does grow you up because you see.
I think
stuff.
also because you didn't drink, Saj.
Yeah, no, it was just
You're more sensible.
I was just very
Yeah.
sensible. Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was
you are,
there, yeah.
and you are sensible. Stat. You're not a risk taker
No.
even now.
No.
Whereas
Yeah.
I think me and Kedge can both sort of now and then throw caution to the wind and just get smashed, and just be dicks. Let's face it. Let's be annoying, be loud.
Kedge regularly.
Say the wrong thing. I think you're quite measured. That's a
Calculated.
sign of being an adult.
Yeah.
No,
Saj is-
calculated sounds
if you had to pick
deviant.
an adult between
But
us
you're
three,
measured. You'll
Saj is the
think
adult.
about things before you say it and do it. Whereas we were like, Kedge's face will give it away. If he's annoyed or you've pissed him off or whatever,
Yeah.
he'll just show you the face. Like, what is this all about?
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think I can hide my feelings, so you'll just know because I won't be
Yeah.
normal happy self.
No.
And Satch will just be like, oh, okay. And later on go, knob. Whoever it is about that person. But you can because you're quite minimal in your expressions. That's I'd say that's quite an adult thing to do, to control your emotions in public. That's a good thing. So no, you carry on being mature, Satch. You're the only one in this podcast that is.
I mean, I kind of got cussed for it on the live podcast because you were just like, "Oh, he's the one that tells us off every 5 minutes."
Yeah, you do. You do. But let's talk. Let's do the things we learned.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, right. So, I've got a few things I've learned, right?
Well,
hang on a minute. I think you need to do two because last week on the live one,
you came.
just brought up H Dummy and then he didn't even have one. So you kind of cocked that one right up.
Yeah, but the thing I learned was that H. Dami was in the audience.
But that ain't good enough. They ain't going to cut it.
Okay, so somebody messaged me actually and said that the week before in the podcast, do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I actually said, "Oh, I've got two."
Yeah.
And then I went, "I'll tell you what, I'll do this one at the live podcast."
Yeah.
And then someone messaged me and went, "You didn't do your Thai."
you didn't.
They even knew what it was. Your Thai wedding fact.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
And I think, so
Go on, so let's do that. Let's do that then. Here we go.
Thai wedding. You know, I don't know what it's like with Hindu weddings or whether there's a certain time that you have to get married by in the day for good luck. Do you have that?
Joguri.
It's called a murat.
Yeah,
Okay.
or murad.
Yeah,
in
What-
Hindi.
like you've got to get married in that window, like in that
So
time.
the pandit has to do his thing
between
or her
that,
thing.
In the- there's a certain
within
time.
that sort of time
In
frame.
that time
so
frame.
it's like, for example, it needs to be done by 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
And then the next session
Then the
opens up at 5
at
o'clock.
Yeah, or 3 or 4, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So and at the
Conveniently around lunch.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying.
Funny enough, I know. Well, now you're making me question the Godfather as well, because they say it's good to get married. They don't say anything bad religious-wise.
Yeah,
happen.
no.
It's good to get married by midday.
Yes.
So that's why but then you get to the Godfather like at 9:30. Everyone goes in, has a little breakfasty snack thing, cup of tea. Then you go sit in the hall, and then they do their lama, go around the holy book 4 or 7 times, right? And then that's it. They're married. So that they say try and finish the ceremony by midday.
Yeah.
In Thailand, you have to be married at exactly 9 minutes past 8 exactly.
No, in the morning?
That's
Wow.
their lucky time. Not sure whether I didn't find that out. But they went 9 minutes past 8 is the time. That's the thing I learned to get married. But I've got to share a couple of the things I learned because I'm not going to make these last. And one of them is going to be a little bit irrelevant in a couple of weeks. Right? So that's one thing, Thai weddings. The other one, because it came about because obviously everyone's getting ready for a sort of elections next year. And, the Tories and Labour are going up against each other. And it's all kicking off. All the little things coming out. And they're trying to obviously make Rishi look a bit more fun. Right?
Yeah.
And you know what they said he knows all the words to? Rishi Sunak, our Prime Minister.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Close. You're in the right realm of song and era and
Jump
music.
around.
No.
This is how we do it.
No.
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue.
It's something that I put up on TikTok.
Boom,
actually.
boom, shake the room.
No. Well, I do know all the words to that. But Ice Ice Baby. Rishi Sunak.
Yeah, but
knows-
how many words is it? It's just Ice Ice Baby anyway.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen.
Oh,
That's
that.
What do you think?
Sorry, no, I just thought just the chorus.
No. He knows.
Ice, baby.
He knows all
Even
the
you know
words
that.
to Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Rishi knows all the words. That's the thing I learned this week.
Wow.
Which I thought,
I kinda wanna
if
try
I ever
that.
met him, I'd go, I don't want to interview you.
Stop.
Let's go. Collaborate and listen. Let's go for it.
Let's have it.
And let's go
That
for
would
it.
actually be
Wow.
quite good if he could do that.
Yeah.
And I think, Tommy, if you do meet him-
stop, collaborate and listen. You just kind of, I sit back my brand new
In
invention.
that kind of posh voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd give it some. If
Is
you
it?
weren't filming
No,
it, I think it would.
I think it would be awkward if he did.
No,
give it
he
some.
can't give it because that gets
he needs
recorded
to
and then
give it
he gets absolutely rinsed.
No, but if it was just you and him in the room, I think
oh
he'd
yeah,
give it some.
yeah, fair enough.
Definitely.
Yeah, you might. Yeah.
Okay, the thing I learned,
Go on.
it's a quick and easy one, and this made me, I was fascinated by this. If an ant was the same size as us,
Oh, double hard. Go on.
An ant?
Yeah.
it'd be twice as fast as a Lamborghini.
Wow.
Imagine seeing an ant our size just shift down the road at like 300 miles an
That's
hour.
like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That's mental, isn't it?
They sat on an ant, didn't it?
Yeah. And it just cut. Yeah, it just cuts across all the grass, doesn't it? So if an ant was our size, you said
Yeah.
human size.
It'd be twice as fast than a Lamborghini.
Fantastic.
Wow.
That's a good one. That is a good one. Are we
Go
not
on,
doing? You're doing. Oh, sorry, I forgot. That's twice. I think I've cut you off on your things you've learned.
No, it's all right.
No, it's fine.
We're
Do it
just finishing off. My one is why you should never press the pedestrian button more than once when you want to cross the road.
Oh, I always do. I do it with lift buttons as well.
Yeah, you all go, and then that's what I do. But apparently,
Multiple
there's
presser.
TikTok users have basically discovered this, and loads of people have been going absolutely crazy about it. But basically, saying that in the short term, if you press the button, it connects point A to point B. And so basically, there's no
What
point you
point
keep,
A? What point
and
B?
then it just resets it, because basically there's no point you just keep doing duck on it, because it doesn't make it work any quicker. As soon as it's connected, that activates the signal, and then
Yeah.
that's it. Then you have to wait for that process to then.
But pressing it more times doesn't do anything.
No.
I can believe that. I can believe
So
it
just the
doesn't.
one, but like, what I'm trying to say is, like a lot of people just keep smashing it, don't they?
Yeah, like it's going to speed up the process.
Yes, but it doesn't speed
course
up the
it doesn't.
process. It's just the.
Is that the thing you've learned?
Yeah, because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not having that.
That's
I'm
What
not
do you
having that.
mean?
I'm not having that.
I think that's fairly. That's
Yeah,
like.
everyone knows that.
It's like the lift.
Everyone knows that. It's not going to speed it up, is it?
But why does everyone still go duck on it?
Yeah.
Because they're stupid.
So
But that's everybody.
Yeah, you are stupid. Surely you know that that's whatever you're doing by pressing a button is not going to change the sort of cycle that it's on.
it's not like it's a bloke. If it was a bloke, you'd
You
go.
keep
"Oi,
prodding in it.
Wait, you press it. You go, oi,
Yeah.
and again, come on,
Yeah.
come on, oi,
Come on,
mate,
Jolly,
move
Jolly,
it. You know what I mean?
Jolly.
It's like we need to be nudged. We need to be nudged a few times. So no,
Yeah.
you're right. I'm glad I did two now. I think I made up for yours.
Do you know what? You boys have been slacking on things we've learnt recently.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I think
Kedge came out with
just
Live,
getting
Laugh, Learn or something a few weeks ago.
Okay, I tell you what. I've got another one. Right?
All right, yeah, let's have it.
Because this one, if this is true,
Save him.
it will blow your mind.
Oh, so hang on a minute. So now you're questioning the accuracy of it.
Well, because it's on Instagram, I've got the link here for the video, and I was going to forward it onto you. I was like, no, I'm going to save it. It's the thing I learned.
Go on then. Let's have it.
Did you know
Go on.
Mumbai,
Yeah.
back in the day, was an island? The land has been filled in.
Yeah, I think I know that.
I think I've
Because they've referred to it as the bay.
Yeah.
Right.
And the bridges connect different parts of it.
Right. So, but there was a whole process, and if I click on the link, I'll see the name of it, right? But there was a whole process of, and it's got a name, of this guy that filled in the land when in between Mumbai, just kind of effectively connected it up. But there's actually a whole load of little islands: Mahim, Morley, Bombay, Parel, right? Little Colaba, Parel, right? And then the British people came along. I'm sorry, parallel bars. They're involved in this whole project of filling in the gaps between these 7 islands with soil. So they literally, and the project was called, that's it, the Hornby-Bellard Project.
Wow.
That's what it's called. The filling in of the land around.
Filling in the cracks in
Filling in the
India.
cracks of Mumbai.
Usually the opposite. That happens when you go there.
Emptying the cracks. Smashing open the cracks. But I just thought
Well done, Mr. Bellard.
I never knew it. Yeah, the Hornby Bellard. Was it?
Bellard.
Yeah.
He was Bellard.
Bellard.
Basically, they did what Dubai did with like the island.
The reclaiming the land thing, yeah.
No, the
palm.
The palm and all that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Putting
Reclaim.
in.
Yeah.
And,
Dashing
which
sand.
I think was quite incredible.
That is incredible.
There you go.
That is
and
incredible.
also, if you push the button on the crossing, no, actually, I'm not going to do that one. That was crap.
That was crap.
It's a brilliant
That
one.
was rubbish.
It's a brilliant one.
Now, can we not talk about before we go? Because I know we've done something and I forgot, and I didn't because I've rushed in from the podcast. Things we've watched. Are you not talking about things you've watched this week? Because that means you haven't watched the flipping thing that everybody needs to watch. And I bet you people at home right now are going to go, I can't believe they skipped over things you watched.
I was
Next
going to tell you about the thing to watch.
One thing.
Next week.
Say the title.
I think it's called Icons of Hip Hop.
No, not that. Forget that.
Go on, say what it is, but we're going to do it next week.
Accused. On Netflix. Nitin Ganatra's in it with another actor, young actor. Nitin Ganatra only appears in it for a little bit.
Right.
This film I watched last night. It wasn't
Oh,
on.
No, save it.
No, I'm just going to say this. It wasn't on the Netflix thing chart. You know, like thing,
Yeah.
right? And then it just, it came up trending today. Yesterday evening, my wife had gone to bed.
Right.
And I was, her niece lives with us.
Yeah.
Her and her fellow were over. And I went, oh. And the picture actually they've got of the icon is Nitin, even though he's not in it that much.
Yeah.
Bruv, this film, I didn't breathe for 30 minutes because the tension was that good. Ooh. That's all I'm saying.
I'll be honest, we haven't got time, but I've seen loads of things I want to share with you, and I'll tell you about it next week.
Okay, we'll talk more. But I really would love your homework to be go and watch The Accused.
The Accused.
Not The Accused. I think it's just
I might watch it
Accused.
on the plane, actually.
Oh my,
I've got a bit
oh
of,
my God. Please.
6 hours.
They've got tension down to a T.
Denson. Seeing as we needed to do a big reveal, shall we do the big reveal?
Let's do the big reveal.
So the date that we gave so if you're at the London Podcast Festival last
They've got
week,
the heads up.
They've got the heads up. They know exactly what's happening on the 8th of December.
It's been saved in their diaries.
But they don't really know where it is, and all those details will be sort of revealed shortly. But just put that date in your diary because we are having a party for 5 years of the Brownload.
Yes.
Yeah.
5 years of the Brownload.
And by the way, so many people, when I've said that to people, they go, oh my God, people in the podcast world, they go, that is incredible. Well done that we've kept it going. So well done us for keeping it going. Because even like times like today, it would have been easy for us to kind of go,
we could have sacked it off.
And all that. So thank you. If you are going to join us on the 8th of December, keep it free and we'll see you wherever it's going to be. Somewhere in London town.
In and around. But all the details will be revealed a bit closer to the time.
Love it.
Yeah, you never know. Might get some Kingfisher beer there. And actually, I want to take this moment at the end of the podcast to big up and thank Kingfisher again. You know what it's all about. Actually, you touched upon this on the podcast, Cage, when you said about the little joys in life.
Yes.
And there's 7 little joys on a daily basis that people have, like the crisp bed sheets, you know, nice food, or those little smiles you might get from a stranger, text or a call you get from a friend. And that's really what Kingfisher are all saying. They're saying, take a moment, look up, and see the beauty, enjoy a beer, have a bit of time out if you drink, and enjoy that little moment to yourself. So I think that's what this podcast is all about. That's what we're all about. And I love the fact that we've collaborated with Kingfisher. And I really do hope that we kind of work with them for a while, because they're doing lots of exciting things as well. So big up Kingfisher, the beer that champions taking a step out of life and savoring those everyday moments. So have a little moment to yourself, have a little beer to yourself. And don't forget, Brownload people, if you go to wanderlustdrinkscompany.com, Wonder spelled WANDER, lustdrinks.com, and you use the code Brownload, you'll get 15% off your first order of Kingfisher beer. Come on, that's all right. So that's 15% of free beer. So do that, enjoy your Kingfisher, and have a great week. Until next week, laters.
Laters.